disassemble a trigger mechanism on a BAR10. To do this, you are going to need to remove these two screws, the one on the very back of the trigger mechanism and the one on the very front. After you've popped those out, you can push this pin down and then pull this out and set that pin aside. Now to get into this, you're going to need to release these screws. There's one right here, one right here, one right here, and one right here. After all those are unscrewed, you can get inside the other trigger box. And don't lose any screws. Slowly take these out. There are going to be springs, like tiny springs, stuff that you could possibly lose all throughout there. Just be careful when you actually get it apart. The front one is the shortest screw out of all of them. Just make sure you remember that when you go to put it together. Oh, and then there's also the screw right here that's holding the safety switch. And you gotta undo that one as well. And that has the first spring you will see. Get that out, put the spring aside, and take that off. And just make sure all the screws can come out. Alright. So you have to do that. Be careful and take it apart. And right off the bat, you see that there is a spring right here, and then there's also one way back here. And it's the smallest one, so be careful not to lose that. Most likely you got into the box to get to the Sears set right here, and that just pulls off away from that. Make sure you don't lose that spring right there. There's also a spring inside this Sears in here, and it is a pain to put back in there, so don't lose that one. This has your tensioning screw for the trigger, and the spring, like I said, way back there. Don't lose that one. That is the tiniest one. Most of these other ones can be replaced by like a mechanical pencil, something along the lines of that. And that is how you get in your trigger mechanism. Now we will take the bolt out and access it. Alright, so the cylinder head, everything on this is stock right now. I just got it from a teammate. On some of these, I have one laying around somewhere. It'll have a pin in the side of it, and if you want to access one of those, you have to drill out that pin in order to unscrew it. Otherwise, you stick a screwdriver in here and you use it to twist it. Just stick that in there. Too big. Once you get that in there, just like that, running alongside one another, just use it to twist it. I do have Teflon tape on this. You take that off and set that aside. Make sure to remove all these pieces. Don't lose any of them. Pull this out. Like I said, all these pieces are stock. Nothing special. I do have an upgrade on the spring, but I need a new spring guide and a new piston, which I'll probably get to sometime this summer. And that is how you access anything you need to upgrade. Hope that helped.